Hi there, Monique Boss from Little Gems Creations 1, and today we are going to make a earring and necklace set with paper beads. So the first thing we're going to need is we're going to need a measuring board. We'll need our flat nose pliers, our straightening tool, our flush cutters, our round nose pliers. We'll need a lobster clasp. We'll need a necklace extender, a jump ring, earring wires, flat head pin.
How to do the first section,
Earring backing.
Here we go. It's completed and it's beautiful.
An assortment of paper beads. Today I'm using 10-aught seed beads, pink pearlized, and some aluminum wire. Then an earring card to display my earrings once they're made. Okay, so let's begin. So first we're going to need to cut, we're going to want our necklace to be about 12 inches, and each section will equal about an inch. So I'm going to take my wire straightener. Actually, I might just cut this piece off. So there we go. And then I'm going to cut 12 3-inch, I'm going to go 4-inch, 12 4-inch lengths of wire. So there's one. Two. Three. And you're going to want 12 of those. Okay. Now we're going to take our wire and our flat nose, and about a third of the way in, we're going to give it a 90-degree bend. Then we'll take our round nose, and you pick the length you want, or the size circle you want. We're going to make our little curlicue here. Then we wrap around. Now I like to go around at least twice, sometimes 3 times. Then we have this little bit of a nub there. We're just going to give that a cut off. And then we're going to take our flat nose and just make sure everything is nice and tidy so that we don't catch on anything. Now what we're making here is our first section. So I'm going to take my straightener, straighten up my wire, and this also makes it harder. Okay, so I'm going to use one of my little beads, if you can see that. Then I'm going to do a random paper bead. And then another bead. And that makes one of our sections. Then I'm going to take my pliers. Now, see how my loop is facing that way? So I want this one facing that way too. Go to the same area to make it at roughly the same size. Bring it to 90 degrees. And then wrap it twice. Give it a trim. And tuck in those pieces. Okay, and then we'll go to the next one. And we're going to want to make 12 of these sections. So we're going to bend it over, take our round nose, put it where we like it, make our little thing there. Then we wrap once, twice. I go around as usually 2 or 3 times. We're gonna cut. Make sure it's all nice and flat so that it doesn't catch on clothing or anything. Okay, then I'm gonna just straighten it out a bit. There we go. And then we put on one of our beads, a random paper bead, and another one of our beads. Look at which way your loop is. That'll be where we want to bend it. The same direction. Make our loop roughly the same size. And then twist it around. Cut it. And you always want to cut it so that the flat part is the closest part to the bead. And then we're just going to tidy that up. And you have to be careful. Sometimes you can break your little glass bead and you don't want to do that. So you want to tidy it up, but at the same time be gentle. So then just make sure that your loops are facing the same way. And there's another little section made. Hi there. Now that you've done your first little section, you're going to want to make your second section. Go 1/3 of the way up your wire. Make your bend, your circle around. You're going to want to, at this point, before you do any wraps, you're going to want to slide that first section on. Now, with your flat nose, you're going to hang on to that section just beyond the bead. And then you're going to do a wrap, and you're going to go 2 or 3 times. Okay, and you're going to snip off the excess wire. You're going to tuck it all in so it doesn't get snagged on anything, clothing or whatnot. And then you're going to make your next little section, which is 1 bead, random paper bead, another bead. You want to see which way your loop is going. So my loop is going this way. That's the way I want to bend my wire and then make my loop. And then I'm going to wrap. And then I'm going to snip off the excess wire. Tuck everything in gently though. We don't want to break our glass bead. And there we have 2 sections of our pretty necklace already connected. So we're going to do this, I think, about 12. I always do a measure after I've completed the whole thing. So our next section, we are going to do 3/4 of the way up, bend over. Then we're going to do our circle loop. We are going to connect this to our other parts. With our flat nose, we're going to very gently but firmly hang on to these pieces while we do our wraps. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to snip our excess wire off, always to the flat, to the, ooh, I didn't go very close. Always the flat part to your work. Okay, and then we're going to just tidy that up. Tidy, tidy. Straighten that. Tidy. Because it's very important. We don't want friends or family or customers catching their clothes. That would not be a good thing. Okay. So we're tidying that up. Then we're going to put on our pearl bead, our random paper bead. Now these paper beads I like making while I'm watching TV or whatever. I make a bunch, then I treat them with usually Mod Podge with the glossy coating, and then I finish them off. Well, let's just do 1 paper bead, not 2. And I finish them off with glossy accents. Yeah, that's how I do them. Every person does them differently, and you can find about 1 million YouTube videos on how to make paper beads. Now, like I said, look which way your loop is facing, and that's the way you want to bend your wire. Then make your new loop. Do your 2 wraps. Snip close to your work and tuck everything in nice and neat. Very gently too, because you don't want to break that bead, that glass bead. And then you can just straighten it. There we go. So now we have 3 pretty little sections to our necklace. And we're going to keep doing this for all 12. But we're going to do this actually for 10, and then the last 2 I want to show you how I finish off the so do this up to 10, and then we'll come back and I will show you how to do the final 2.